So Gavin Newsom just signed a bill that will dox California gun owners. So let's talk about this. But real quick before we jump into this video, if you think that the government shouldn't be handing out gun owner information, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Also, I want to thank one of the main sponsors of the channel, which is Route 66 Shooting Sports Park down in San Bernardino. If you came out to the Armed Day May event, you know how amazing that range is. And also, they're going to have an open house event on October 9th through the 10th with Turner's Outdoorsman. So it's going to be an open house event. You can check out their website, you can check out their Instagram or their Facebook page for more additional information, but go check them out. It's a really amazing range and they are a huge supporter of the channel. Also, I want to let you know that this content is powered by the Firearms Policy Coalition. So head on over to joinfpc.org to help support the Second Amendment cause. Thank you again, Firearms Policy Coalition, for supporting this channel. So like I said in the intro, the state of California has passed a new gun control bill, which Gavin Newsom recently signed into law last week. This is something I wanted to talk about sooner, but I was actually traveling. I've been gone for the last week or so in Texas. I was attending a family wedding, so I wasn't able to make videos. A lot of the videos I was putting out were pre-recorded, but some things happened, including this, the passing of AB 173 and the signing of AB 173 by Gavin Newsom. Something I wanted to talk about, but I just was gone. So now we're going to talk about what this does and some of the very concerning things that this bill does, primarily because it releases private information of California gun owners to those organizations, to research facilities that would then use that information to pass more gun control bills in the state of California. So the bill we're talking about in this video is AB 173. And this bill creates a mechanism where the private information of California gun owners is now available to the California Firearm Violence Research Center at UC Davis for academic policy research purposes. Now, for some additional background information, the state of California currently already keeps records and information on firearms purchases. So for example, when you go and purchase a handgun from a gun store, the state will keep a record of the make, model, serial number of you, the purchaser, your name, address. All of that information is maintained by the state of California. And essentially in the state of California, we have an ipso facto registry. And the state of California maintains more than just records of things like handgun purchases. They also have other registry mechanisms. For example, they had a registry and they are actually expanding the registry on so-called assault weapons. So we talked about this prior. There's going to be a registry process for other firearms or the Franklin Armory Title I style firearms in the state of California, and that is going to be a registration of so-called assault weapons in the state of California. And we already have a registry of so-called assault weapons in the state of California, which the California Department of Justice maintains. And in that registry, they have the make, model, identifying information of that firearm, and then you and your information on that registry as well. Well, this bill, AB 173, makes registry information including your name, address, place of birth, telephone number, occupation, gender, the make, model, serial number of the firearm, and much more available to anti-gunners for research that they can then use for more gun control. Now, this information will be primarily available to the UC Davis researchers that are identified in this bill, but it can also be used by other nonprofits as well, because this bill also states that at the department's discretion, information collected pursuant to this section may be provided to any other nonprofit, bona fide research institution accredited by the United States Department of Education or the Council for Higher Education Accreditation for the study of the prevention of violence. So other qualifying nonprofits, maybe even anti-gun groups like Giffords and Brady and others, will be able to use your information to meet their anti-gun agendas. Now, this bill tries to win over hearts and minds and try to calm people down by saying that they will not allow this information to be released to the public at large, and if it does, there will be criminal penalties attached to it. This bill states that it would require that material identifying individuals only be provided for research or statistical activities, and require that information to only be used for those purposes, and would prohibit reports or publications derived from that information from identifying specific individuals. By providing access to criminal history information, the unauthorized furnishing of which is a crime, this bill would expand a crime and create a state-mandated local program. The bill would additionally require the Department of Justice to establish procedures for these requests. So what they're saying is that they are going to have specific procedures in place where this information will have to be requested from the DOJ. You'll have to identify why you're requesting this information, and that any reports that come out of the information that is given from the DOJ to these researchers, that information cannot identify specific individuals and say, hey, this specific individual, for example, Anthony Miranda, in the state of California has XYZ firearms and we used his information for this research or whatever. They're saying that they have those protection mechanisms in this bill so that your information doesn't get out. But in reality, what we have seen in the state of California in the past is information like this on gun owners and various other forms of information that has been sent to the California Department of Justice in relation to gun owners has gotten out. And a lot of this information could be leaked, and it's really concerning that the state of California and the Department of Justice is just going to be willy-nilly giving your information to researchers, and even just in general that they're giving your information to researchers who will then use that information to come up with more data, likely skewed data, that will then be used as a basis to implement more gun control in the state of California. Because the claimed purpose for providing your personal information is to aid in policy research on gun violence. The reality is your information will likely be used for flawed research that can then be turned around and used to support various new gun control bills in California. This information is not going to an independent third party. This is going to a liberal, left-leaning research facility that's whole job and responsibilities is to come up with data that supports reducing gun violence. Again, they're all formed around this misconception that the issue is actually firearms in the state of California or just firearms in general. And their job is to come up with data and research that kind of supports their conclusion in general that guns are the issue. And in this process of information being sent over from the DOJ to these research facilities or these nonprofit organizations, there is a high likelihood that maybe somehow this information will get leaked, or people will be able to get into this information and then put it out to the public at large. And I don't know about you, but the last thing I want is for the public or criminals in the state of California to know where I am, what my name is, all this information about me, and then also have all the information about what I actually have in the state of California as far as firearms. So this is definitely something we're gonna be keeping our eyes on, and I would not be surprised that if sometime soon we find out that a lot of this information was leaked and gets out on the internet, if something like that happens, I will definitely let you guys know. But I just want to give you an update on this real quick because this is something that broke while I was gone, and a lot of people were asking me to comment on it. And so I just wanted to get you guys this information. Again, something very concerning. I would also expect that there would likely be some sort of challenge that would pop up to this because, again, this is releasing private information. This is not even just a Second Amendment right issue. This is a privacy right issue as well, because the state of California, without your consent, is releasing all this information they have on you, on your firearms, your name, address, sex, gender, whatever. They're releasing all that to researchers for them to then use to also go then infringe on your Second Amendment rights. This is just an entire mess, but it's not surprising coming out of the state of California because they will attack our rights from every angle that they can, and this is just a new way that they are doing it. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment down below and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. Also, if you like this video and like support the channel, one of the best ways to do that is to like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help to fuel the algorithm or fuel Al Gore's rhythm. It helps to add fuel to his jet, and it signals to YouTube that you guys see value in these videos in this type of two-way news, and then it helps push it to more people. So thank you so much to everybody who's liked, commented, subscribed, who's hit the notification bell. You guys are definitely impacting this channel. You're helping to spread these videos to more people than ever. We're reaching more new subscribers than ever. And so thank you guys so much for all the support you've shown me. If you don't have a comment in mind, just comment down below that you're commenting to fuel the algorithm. And also if you're a new subscriber, go ahead and comment down below that you're a new subscriber, and I'll make sure I comment back to you. So as always, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, this is Built by Armed Scholars, and this nation will maintain by Armed Scholars.